Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Chris Jacobs.
I'm Hannah Trippett, and this is Run for Home. The World Series is once again coming to H-Town for the third time in 5 seasons.
Astros win the pennant.
Game 1 of the World Series is Tuesday in Houston. The Astros are taking on the Atlanta Braves. This is the Astros, as you just heard, third trip to the Fall Classic in the past 5 seasons. While it's been over 2 decades for the Braves, potential Game 1 starting pitchers are Framber Valdez for the Astros and either Max Fried or Charlie Morton for the Braves. Now, Morton is familiar with the atmosphere in Minute Maid Park, having played for the Astros during the 2017 and 2018 seasons. Manager Dusty Baker says winning the pennant is great, but a World Series title will complete this mission.
We still got some work to do. And when I look on that board out there every day, there were the X's. You know, I didn't know what that meant out there. I didn't know that meant for the H-Town. I was trying to figure out somebody couldn't spell. And then, you know, somebody told me what that meant. So now we got, 4 more, to go to complete that.
He might be one of the best interviews out there as well. Now, Baker is now the 9th manager to win the pennant in both leagues. Another fun fact, Braves manager Brian Snitker is the father of Astros hitting coach Troy Snitker. A little Luke Vader action going on there.
I like it all in the family there. Well, let's rewind the tape and take you back to show you how the postseason run started. The Astros ended the regular season 95-67, winning the American League West there. That set up a meeting with the Chicago White Sox. Easy enough for the Astros. They won the series 3-1. Next up, the ALCS against the Boston Red Sox. That series ended on Friday, and the Astros punched their ticket to the Fall Classic. Here's what Dusty Baker had to say about potentially winning a title.
You keep knocking on the door, man. If you don't knock on the door, you don't have a chance. And the way I look at it, it's going to happen, the Lord wants me to happen. And if it doesn't, it's still been right. It's still been good.
Yeah, that's for sure. Good thing the Rally Nuns, by the way, they're also on the side of the Astros. They're coming back for this series as well.
I think we can say hallelujah to that.
Amen.
Well, Astros fans have a lot to celebrate heading into the World Series. It's the team's 3rd trip in recent years, and while we celebrate the team's success, there's an individual award to highlight. Let's break down the significance of Yuli Gurriel's AL batting title.
There it is. Line drive to left field. Ball game over.
If hitting is the key to winning, look no further than the old man himself, Yuli Gurriel. For Gurriel, winning the batting title this season is a testament to hard work.
Es algo bien importante, ¿no? Todo el mundo sabe que un campeonato de bateo es bien difícil. Pero bueno, me daba lo mismo poder jugar hoy o no. Lo hablamos con Michael, pero bueno, se dio que pude jugar al final del partido y todo salió bien.
The first baseman is not only the 2nd Astros player to win the award, but the 2nd Cuban-born player to do so. And if you ask veteran manager Dusty Baker, he's not surprised.
I told Joe before that inning, I said, Yuli's going to be the guy that's going to win the game, walk-off. And, I was hoping just for a sacrifice fly, but he got a hit. And, that was big. That was big for us.
Hit sharply and throw for a base hit.
But this historic season also comes on the heels of a career low performance in 2020. The 37-year-old batted just a little over .230. Despite the struggles, though, Gurriel proved age is just a number.
Sí, eso es una de las cosas principales que muchas personas ahora mismo hoy en día, ya con 34, 35 años, se ven de manera diferente, ¿no? Y por eso fue una de las cosas que me preparé mejor, para dar a entender que estaba en perfectas condiciones, que estaba muy bien. Y por eso creo que este título de bateo, si lo ganara Michael o yo, sería bien importante porque se ve que jugadores veteranos todavía pueden hacer el trabajo aquí.
Gurriel's teammate and fellow infielder Carlos Correa shocked about the hitting performance the old man put out in 2021.
I tell him every day, Papa, you're old, still hitting like crazy. So he still got a lot of baseball left in him. And, he's a guy that I really look up to him a lot.
And it's not just the regular season. Gurriel's postseason stats are just as impressive. Well, aging like a fine wine. He's doing incredible.
Yeah.
Well, here's a more in-depth analysis of Gurriel's historic season. He tied George Brett as the oldest AL batting champ at 37 years old. Gurriel now joins 4 other players who won batting titles at age 37 or older. I don't know, maybe you've heard of these people. The list includes Hall of Famers Ted Williams, Honus Wagner, Tony Gwynn, and slugger Barry Bonds as well.
Holding on, Bregman at first, 0-1. Breaking ball, and that's Wallop pretty deep to right center. Racing back is Renfroe, still going back on the warning track. Hernandez back as well, and Hernandez drops it. He dropped it on the warning track. Scoring is Bregman. Alvarez in the second. 1-0 Astros.
Beautiful sound there. Now, Yuli Gurriel might have been the star of the regular season, but in the postseason looked nowhere else but designated hitter Yordan Alvarez. The ALCS most valuable player put on a show when the Astros needed him the most. In the final 3 games of the series, Alvarez went 9 for 13. The performance came just a year after the DH underwent surgery on both his knees. Alvarez says he surprised himself with his performance this postseason.
Súper contento. Creo que primeramente darle gracias a Dios por oportunidades, ¿no? Creo que todo se lo debo a Dios porque increíblemente salí de esas dos operaciones de la rodilla, no. Verdad no me imaginé nada de esto tan pronto, ¿no? Luego de haber pasado por eso, pero nada, gracias a Dios estamos aquí y las cosas están saliendo bien.
All Astros fans are hoping his ALCS performance continues in the World Series. Now, as the Astros are heading into tomorrow's Game 1 with a ton of momentum, so are the Atlanta Braves. The franchise is partying like it's 1999. That's the last time the Braves made it this far in the postseason. And as we talk about the ALCS MVP, we have to mention the National League MVP, Eddie Rosario. But unlike Alvarez, Rosario says he wasn't shocked by his performance.
Y en eso, siempre creí que yo pude ganarme un MVP, sea el que sea. Y de verdad que mi mayor premio ahora mismo en mi carrera, quiero más. Eso es lo único que siento, de verdad, quiero más.
In the NLCS, Rosario came out with 14 hits, which ties the league record for a single playoff series. Now, the Astros and Braves are very familiar with one another. These Houstonians are also familiar. Fun fact, the 2 clubs didn't play during the regular season, but are tied for 5th most postseason matchups. The team met 5 times between 1997 and 2005, Atlanta with the 3-2 series lead there. The most notable game, though, for Astros fans, the 18-inning game, Chris Burke walk-off home run.
I remember
Roger
it.
Clemens coming in as a relief pitcher. Really hard to forget that one. Good times with that one.
Absolutely. Well, before we go, here's some postseason trivia for you. Who's the youngest player in AL history with a multi-homer playoff game? We'll have that answer when we come back.
And when Run for Home continues, some call them a dynamic duo. Others, 2 peas in a pod. But Houston knows them as hometown heroes. How the friendship between Carlos Correa and Jose Altuve brought a winning tradition to Space City. So before the break, we asked you who is the youngest player in AL history with a multi-homer playoff game. What's the answer, Chris?
I have a feeling we didn't have to go too far for this one. The answer, Carlos Correa at 21 years and 20 days of age. In Game 4 of the 2015 AL Division Series, Correa hit 2 homers off Royals starter Yordano Ventura. Side note, Correa was also the AL's Rookie of the Year that season, just racking up the awards. And we can't mention, yeah, I know, exactly. We can't mention Carlos Correa without mentioning the other half of Houston's dynamic infield duo. Jose Altuve and Correa are not only fan favorites, they're the faces of the franchise. We take a look at the relationship on and off the field.
High fly ball to left. This ball is up and out. There it goes to left. Altuve has tied it.
The dynamic duo of the infield. That's what Astros fans have witnessed over half a decade with shortstop Carlos Correa and second baseman Jose Altuve. This season's pennant run is the 6th time both players have led the Astros to the postseason. The shortstop and second baseman duo playing in the most postseason games together in league history. Manager Dusty Baker compares Correa and Altuve to another successful pair.
Those guys have been together for a long time. They know each other. It's kind of like Tom Brady and Gronkowski. You know, it's a special relationship that, you know, will last, you know, forever, because when they get through playing, you know, they'll be coming back, you know, to many teams of one in 17, or teams of one here, or teams of one there, and they're a big part of it.
Correa and Altuve have played together since 2015. In that time, they've helped Houston get to the ALCS 5 straight times and now 3 World Series berths.
And that's hit up the middle, and a diving grab by Altuve on the backhand.
When it comes to individual awards, Altuve was the 2017 AL MVP, and he's won the AL batting title 3 times. For Correa, it's not Altuve's awards that impresses him, it's the work ethic.
When you have the best player of your team, that captain, that franchise player that everybody looks up to, working that hard is just contagious. So everybody else in the organization does the same thing. So I feel like he inspires everybody in that clubhouse every single day.
Fly ball into right, pretty well hit. Carrying at the wall, it's one hop and off the wall.
Correa is just as important to the franchise. He becomes a free agent after the season, and there are concerns this could be the end of an era. Altuve hopes that's not the case, and he credits Correa for being a big part of what's happening in Houston.
He wants to go out there and hit big homers. He seems like he expects to go out there and do it. So, you know, if you're expecting something, eventually you're going to make it happen. And that's him. And, you know, he's the leader of our team. He's the #1 reason why we're in playoff, and we've been in playoff many times.
Now it's all about keeping that momentum going forward and bringing home another World Series title.
Yeah, they're really close. They both work extremely hard. They're friends off the field and on the field, and love playing together, and definitely am happy to be their teammate. And as a baseball player, he's super intelligent. He works extremely hard, has a plan, executes his plan, and helps other guys do the same.
Well, fellow infielder Alex Bregman knows all about the bond Altuve and Correa share. Bregman has been teammates with them ever since he entered the league in 2016. Bregman didn't comment on Correa's free agency plans, but did say he's a leader on the field as well as in the clubhouse.
Bregman is another key piece to the Astros infield, no surprise there. He's a big part of their success over the past few years. Heading into Game 1 of the World Series, he's got a .282 batting average with 5 RBIs, 1 home run. The 27-year-old missed a total of 58 games this season for a left quad strain. Now, the injury came at a time when he was on a roll. Bregman started the year with 4 straight multi-hit games, including 2 homers, which tied a club record for most multi-hit games to begin a season. The only other Astro to do that, Willie Taveras, and a fan favorite here, Craig Biggio.
Killer B.
That's a line drive into right center field. Is going to get down and go to the wall and clear the bases. 3 more runs are going to score for the Astros as Brantley knocks it into the gap and blows it open here in the 9th.
Another dynamic player to keep an eye on. I mean, let me tell you, the Astros have plenty. Outfielder Michael Brantley. The 34-year-old finished the season with a .311 batting average, 2nd in the American League, right behind his teammate Yuli Gurriel. Brantley's success this season is no fluke. Since 2018, Brantley has led the majors in batting average at .309. And if you're wondering what his numbers are this postseason, he's going into Game 1 of the World Series with a .311 average and 8 RBIs.
Yeah, you don't want to break the band up at all. Let's keep the Beatles together. Well, despite all the success the Astros are having, there's a black cloud hanging over their heads. The sign stealing scandal, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, let's just move past it.
Let's go past it. The sign stealing happened during their 2017 World Series title run, and again during the 2018 season. An investigation by Major League Baseball found Houston used a video feed from a center field camera to decode the opposing catcher's signs during home games. Players banged on a trash can to signal to batters what was coming. Alex Bregman and Jose Altuve issuing public apologies ahead of the 2020 season.
About the choices that were made by my team, by the organization, and by me. I've learned from this, and I hope to regain the trust of baseball fans.
I want to say that the whole Astros organization and the team feel bad about what happened in 2017. We especially feel remorse for the impact in our fans and the game of baseball.
Former manager A.J. Hinch and general manager Jeff Lunau were suspended and fired. No players, though, were punished. All in the past is what I say. After all the noise, in comes new skipper Dusty Baker. The former player is seeking his first title as a manager, and he's got the talent to get it done. We take a look at Baker's career in the majors and who he looked to for guidance as a rookie. 18-year-old Johnny Baker Jr. was selected by the Atlanta Braves in the 26th round of the 1967 draft. He was pick number 504. He started out with the AA affiliate in Austin. Baker was hesitant about playing baseball in the South due to the racial unrest. In 1968, he got called up to the big leagues, where he met his mentors and teammate, legendary slugger Hank Aaron. Baker credits Aaron with teaching him how to overcome adversity and deal with racism.
You know, he got all kind of hate mail and different letters, and, you know, like he'd throw them down sometime, and I could tell when he got the bad ones. And then he'd go to the training room, and I'd read them, and I just, you know, couldn't believe, you know what I was hearing.
During Baker's 19-year playing career, he had a .278 batting average with 242 homers and 1,013 RBIs. Baker's career accomplishments include a World Series championship, a Gold Glove, 2 All-Star appearances, 2 Silver Slugger awards, and 1 NLCS MVP award.
I just want to thank God for you guys and thank God for everything that's happened. Okay, guys? I love you guys, man.
By guiding the Astros to a division title, Baker is now the first manager in MLB history to win division titles with 5 different clubs.
I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world. I was brought here for this, and, you know, we got a chance to, you know, do something great.
If the Astros win a World Series, Baker would join his former teammate, Cito Gaston, as the only African-American managers to win a title.
And boy, would we love to see that happen. Well, lifting up the Lone Stars, coming up, what's better than keeping the talent in Texas? We look at World Series competitors who didn't have to go far to make it to the show.
Welcome back as we gear up for another World Series right here in the Lone Star State. Some of the talent you will see on the diamond here in Houston and in Atlanta are coming from right here in Texas. Let's take a look at the homegrown talent you could see play a factor in the Astros run.
Ground ball up the middle. Correa. Game over. Astros win game 1.
And that's the only save the Houston Astros saw this postseason. That came from Texas native Ryan Presley, the former Boston Red Sox. Not only leads the bullpen in saves during the postseason, but in the regular season as he collected 26. This is what Presley had to say after collecting that first save of the postseason against his former team.
I mean, I still talk to some of the front office people up there, and I still got some friends over there. I came up with Vasquez and Bogarts, and, you know, they're a good group of people, and, you know, it's just, I don't know, let's get game 1 out of the way, and here we go, game 2.
If it's easier to cheer for homegrown talent, Astros fans shouldn't have a tough time getting loud.
With a runner at second, Astros on top 4-3. This one bunted and popped up, and it's a double play.
2 pitchers, Ryan Presley and Brooks Rowley from Dallas and San Antonio, respectively, keeping the talent in the Lone Star State.
The 0-2 is skied into right. Tucker near the line, and what a job by Rayleigh.
The only question left for these 2 Texas Titans.
He does. Astros win at a final of 9-2, and they've evened this best-of-7 series, 2 games apiece. We got a series.
Is their role in closing out the World Series.
Best athletes in the state of Texas, also the best people, the man, the myth, the legend. Coming up, he's known as Mattress Mac, and if the Astros win it all, many Houstonians are going to rest easy. The big promise he made to people who shopped at his store next. Here's something to think about. Who is the biggest celebrity Astros fan in Houston?
That's a pretty long list.
All right. Well, we all know Jim Mattress Mac McInville tops the list. And we caught up with the Gallery Furniture owner to see what he thinks about this World Series team.
All of us in Houston are excited about the Astros. They bring unity and excitement. A great, tremendous asset to our city.
Come on now, Mattress Mac. So are you. Whether it's free mattresses if the Astros win the World Series, commercials that bring back childhood memories, or opening your doors to anyone in need during Hurricane Harvey, you could say Mattress Mac is just as much an asset to this city as the Astros are. Plus, he's been around cheering for all the ups and downs during the team's history.
I became an Astros fan in 1981 when I moved to Houston to start Gallery Furniture.
That means he's been here for the Nolan Ryan or the Jose Cruz years, Craig Biggio and Jeff Bagwell, or the back-to-back-to-back 100 lost seasons. And of course, everyone's favorite, 2017 in the World Series victory.
Been following the Astros for 40 years. Been really following them closely the last 10 or 12 years. Been a sponsor for many years for the Astros, so I'm a huge diehard Astro fan.
And he has a lot of confidence in the team. How much, you ask? Mattress Mac is also known to place large bets. This year, it's a $2 million bet the Stros will win it all. That's a payout of $22 million. But hey, he's got people's mattresses to pay for if that happens.
If the Astros win the World Series, we're going to give back about $20 million in free mattresses, but all covered by our insurance we made. That's why we made the bet.
He's a smart man there, getting that insurance. Well, games 1 and 2, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then things head to Atlanta for hopefully the rest of the series. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, that certainly goes out, and I'm getting butterflies already. Well, thanks for watching Run for Home. We'll see you at the park.